supposed to have judges who reflect what God is doing over the whole universe there in heaven, you know. But when personal interest seems to come in, because how do you explain? When the judge gives a ruling or an injunction, an order, another judge will give a counter, you know, and they having the same jurisdiction, and you know, how do you explain it? That is not good for our democracy. I mean, the right thing should be done. If the APC at the national level or state level are not satisfied with the Kano State High Court ruling, they should go to the Court of Appeal, you know, and appeal the case. Instead of using, you know, the judge of the Federal High Court in the same Kano to get another injunction and say the ruling of the Kano State High Court should not come into effect. Wait for me, I'm fixing April 30, I'm going to give a ruling, you know, on this matter. So Ganduje should continue to parade himself as the APC national chairman. You know the problem.
Another one said don't. And another judgment
says, you know, the problem, just like we were discussing yesterday, is that since Ganduje has been asked to stop parading himself as the APC national chairman, he needs some legal backing to continue to do so. Because he was stopped by a court, he needs another court to say, continue, you're still the national chairman. And that's what he has gotten now. So he will say, well, the Federal High Court says I'm still the national chairman. So I will continue to function in my office.
So
I am law abiding.
We are citizens. So which one do we take?
Well,
so if you just choose which?
You know, actually, it's a sad one. To have a conflicting court decision with respect to the same party and the same subject matter. In most cases, some mischievous lawyers and unpatriotic lawyers, you know, will just go and then try to change the composure of the party to make it look as if it is not the same party. But if you look at it carefully, you will discover that it is just the same party, but they just kind of give it some color, so that now if you maybe petition the Federal High Court judge, why are you acting on the same subject matter that is already before your learned brother? The Federal High Court will say, no, it's not the same party. But when you look at it carefully, you see that the subject matter is the same. Ganduje is the subject matter.
Oh, I see.
So, and then the court, a court of coordinate jurisdiction. The fact that it is a state high court and the other is federal high court does not make the state high court inferior. So the appropriate thing for them to do is to move up, like I earlier said, to the Court of Appeal. And then the Court of Appeal will determine on that. So for the federal high court to reverse the decision of the state high court, it is a terrible one. It's awful. You know?
All right, and so
it's so ridiculous.
Barrister, this is where you have problems of who you tend to want to. Do you follow the first judgment or the second? And sometimes you find people who want to follow the first and others will choose to follow the second. And now the fight becomes something that you find it amongst the people. And that is why yesterday I was trying to say it affects governance in some way.
Generally speaking, and jurisprudentially, when there are two conflicting judgments, the first one usually supersedes. Because the second one is usually considered as if it is void ab initio, because it is made after an existing on an existing judgment. So it is void even as if nothing has happened. So yes, so jurisprudentially, when you have two, then the first in time will always take place. So, but when it comes to implementation again, you know, the politics come to play. You know, if for instance you are getting a judgment against Aruma, then you bring two judgments for me. Naturally, for the sake of convenience, I will go with the one that is more convenient to me, irrespective of which one comes first. And that is why we frown at that.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Please, if you permit me, I would love to have our caller to tell us what the problem is in the various communities, and then to spark discussions, and to also love to hear your opinions as regards what they will be calling to tell us about. But then in between, of course, we would still be having some conversations, discussions, just as the case may be. So if you're there, a listener and viewer, you may want to call now and tell us what is happening in your community. We know mostly on Fridays we say is grassroots, but grassroots today we're not inviting, it's not the representative of any community. You can still be in your community, but just pick your phone and call us and tell us what the problem is in your community. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I greet your guest there.
Thank you.
I'm sorry from Russia.
Oh, it's good to have you. It's been a while. You have a minute.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you see, in our community, we really desire to have light and water.
Okay. Which community is that?
In Tafe area here.
Goratop. Okay.
Yes, most places doesn't experience water. And light has been a serious problem.
Okay.
Then on a shift to what you're discussing in the studio, we are having listened to you.
Yes.
You see, anytime someone occupies an office, you must have in mind that there is a time of accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether the president, every one of them should be ready to answer, whether past or present. Because somebody will ask a question. When were these files removed from here to the other place? When were these people removed from here to the other place? You know, in our country, we have had the problem of misappropriation. There are so many things EFCC need to dig in the life of those who we have voted and put in the office that have looted, which they have not been really done. Somebody, the secretary for the federal government, during Buhari, took so much amount of money, 89 billion or so, and up to today.
All right, thank you.
They swept under the carpet.
Yes.
So many of them as governors and as senators and as so much whosoever they are, they have looted the country.
Thank you.
They are to go and answer. It's a time of accountability. He should do that. Let him not hide.
All right, thank you.
He said he knows so much, and he has put his state in a bit of shadow.
Thank you so much, Pastor Eric.
Is going through a lot.
Thank you so much, Pastor Eric.
Could be.
Yes.
You see, the aspect of insecurity that is true. One of the visible girls that was found from days back.
Okay.
Telling us a lot of things for acceptance of this evil that is going on in the northern region. That should be handled immediately. Those who hide these young girls.
Thank you so much, Pastor Eric. Thank you so much, Pastor Eric. Somehow he happens to be one of our first to call this morning, and so he had all the opportunity and privilege to speak for that long. So please, if you call, just a minute, please. Your submission, name and location.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
My name is Abdaman. I'm calling from Kadade.
The man from Kadade. You have a minute.
So it's my pleasure to hear you in the studio.
You're welcome.
We are in the same with your program because your program is very interesting.
Thank you.
Let me keep my mind concerning the issue of what is going on in Nigeria.
All right.
So in this concerning the issue of, are you agreeing?
Yes. Go on. All right, Abdurrahman, it seems he was not getting me too well. I love what Pastor Eric said. He said it's time for accountability. So a former governor of Kogi should go and answer to give account, of course. We have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Tafe. I'm calling from Kogi. Good morning to the top in the house and the marriage.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you. In my community, as you know, my problem, my community is district. Honestly, I lack potable water. You understand?
All right.
Well, there is a lot of students living around the community.
Okay.
Honestly, we have some bottles, but we need more because it's not enough for them.
All right.
Water.
Okay.
So I'm feeling government let them try and assist us with some water in my community.
Okay. Okay. What about the bridge? I was expecting you to say something about it because it connects two districts.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, and then the last one, we need what I mean. This of this our bridge that collapsed. Looking from Kunga district to Alwazanga.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Always emphasize calling attention for the government. Please let them try and control this all.
Thank you so much. Azitelo, okay, is the need for water. I think
Burato is having that challenge.
Light
is water and electricity. I think virtually every part of Jos is having that challenge except the big guys.
Yes,
exactly. They are having serious issue with this issue of water.
But Prof, in times of life, you know, Barrister Zaruma belongs to Band A, so probably in terms of water again, maybe he belongs to the Band A again. So
yes, but let me encourage our communities.
Yes,
the government cannot do everything.
Oh, that's great. It's lovely.
It's good we come together and see what we can do for ourselves.
What little we can
Sometimes you see the roads are full of potholes. The community can come together and fill it. I stayed in a certain community here in Jos because I've stayed in 4 different places within a short time. So we come together. Sometimes we fill the potholes, repair our roads ourselves.
Some culverts, sometimes.
We contribute money and do certain things. We have to do it ourselves. Even sometimes fix the light. You know. Because if you're waiting for the government, you're the one that will be suffering. Exactly. So there are things you can do for yourself. If you can dig a well to get water because borehole is expensive, why don't you dig a well? This is the best time now to dig a well because it's very dry now before the onset of the rainy season. So if you dig a well now and you get water, you're likely to always have water all year round. So
the problem is that most of topographies like Rukuba Road, Jenta, Mongoro, Jenta, Adamu, it's very difficult for you to dig a well in such areas.
You always find
the rocky nature of
yes, again.
So, like in El Cortes area in Zangam, that's where I stay. You know, last year a gentleman brought about 72 trips of sand and then brought a grader and graded it just like Chief is saying.
Yes.
So even if God has blessed you,
do something for the community.
You know, I don't know the name of the gentleman. I would have mentioned his name.
Yes, of course.
Even this year he has also brought the grader too. So he graded the roads about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So this and interestingly, he's no longer staying in that neighborhood.
Yes, but of course he has blessed the neighborhood.
So 72 trips of
72
trips of sand. Yes, that was last year. So such people are a blessing to the community.
And you can be one. Someone is here with us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Professor on the house. Good morning, good morning, Barrister.
Thank you. Good morning.
What disturbing us our issue of the Shaka community.
Good.
This one we brought together to help ourselves. We build me and one of Pastor Ekene. Build a new bridge there. Maybe I think I showed the bridge.
Yes, I went there and I saw things myself.
Understand? But we are begging government to help us in that way. That is what I'm calling government. We cannot bring the road. The government issues to do that one. But another thing I want to say is, in Nigeria, I discovered that the road makers are the road breakers. Because number one, look at the issue of damages in Kano. Even the courts that the barrister that come to the same so what happened in the video of damages 2018, where the video went viral. Is it that the barrister doesn't have ICC and they are still coming to protect him? The same barrister will come to court and protect him and defend him. The same barrister will say this court will sentence him, this one will grant it, but this one will appeal it. What kind of thing are we happening in this country?
We are
growing. Thank you, my God.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley Barnabas.
Okay, there is something that people doesn't understand about lawyers. You know, I complain about manipulating the process, but representation is a different thing.
All right.
For instance, You remember during the case of Abdul Muttalab that attempted
Yes.
to bomb the district.
Yes.
The U.S. government gave him a lawyer free of charge. The young man said, no, I don't want. They now had to send the counselors to counsel him on to convince him to accept the lawyer they offered him. He said he told after the counseling, he said no. They still went ahead and said, okay, if that's the case, we will give you a legal assistant that will be guiding you on the court proceeding. Still the young man declined. So what am I trying to say is that representation is quite a different thing. What I complained about earlier is the manipulating the system.
All right.
We are just like doctors. Whether you are an arm robber or whatever, a doctor can treat you.
Yes,
so that is how lawyers are. So we can treat anybody, but let's not manipulate the system
already.
Yes.
I think I love her.
Hello, good day.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Abdullah back on the line.
Okay, you have a minute. Go on, please.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity.
You're welcome.
Actually, in our country, Nigeria, we have a blanking leader.
Seriously?
Yes, are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you.
That is why we do not get democracy. Because as soon as everyone remotely be a governor or president, we do not attend to any one program.
Okay.
No any leader demonstrate his prime manner in his leadership. So indeed in our country, Nigeria, we need a good leader.
Yes.
So we are praying to God and to notice that this in our country. I am Abdurrahman.
Thank you, Abdurrahman, for calling. But of course, we were talking about the issue of water. When Mr. Kingsley Banner was called, he said, because actually I had to go to him, and then we traveled around the area to see some of the things he had been calling to, call government's attentions to. And I saw a particular breach and culvert, so to say, that they were able to fix as a community. They did quite a number of things. But of course, to some extent, I think now it's time the few government should come in, because it's above what they can do within the short period of time that they expect it to be.
It's fantastic that they were able to do certain things. That gives them the leverage to even say, look at what we've done, government.
Yes.
Can you continue from where we stop? I think every government will be impressed that communities have helped themselves to a certain extent. What I will encourage is that they need to lobby through their representatives, so the government can come in and complete whatever they have started. They have councillors at local government level, you have the chairman, then you have the member of the House of Assembly at state level, and federal level, and senators. All these people, if you can get them involved, they should form a high-powered delegation.
Delegations, yes.
To go and meet them, lobby, so that they can help. To improve some of these facilities. Because sometimes when you don't come, the people don't feel the gravity of your need. But when you go and you see them, it will be difficult for the politicians to say we're not doing it. Politicians will never tell you they will do
They will
it.
play politics.
They will tell you they will do something even when they will not do it. But they will still say they will do something. And then when they said they will do something, they have committed themselves. So you keep reminding them, you said you will do something. So that the something that you say you will do, you don't. So I think we need to be disturbing our political representatives. Disturb them, that's why they're there. That they need to bring development to the
Keep making demands.
Keep making pleasant demands on them. Instead of going to them to ask for money for school fees, money for burial, money for personal needs, like many of our people do. Ask them to help the community. What will benefit the entire community instead of being selfish.
All right. I saw the text message of the chairman of Carbon Satellite Markets already, but before I read, that reminds me that there's a water tank in the middle of that satellite market, but that has not been put to use. So I wonder what that water tank is for. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Your name?
Today.
Fine, no problem.
I want to thank you for this program every day.
You're welcome.
Almost every day.
Thank you.
Especially Friday for community contributions.
Yes.
My name is Chief Echo for Baru.
You're welcome.
I'm still trying to remind you. We are talking about the issue of water.
Yes.
And I say you should try and find time to come and see how I'm feeling around.
I was there and I will come again.
3, 4, 30, they are on the road.
I was there and I will come again. I will come again. I was there and I will come again.
If you are coming, try to let me know so that I will speak to the right people, the and then the chairman of the community.
No problem.
Possibly so that you will not do some findings and they will tell you where and where.
Thank you.
The water.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. All right. That's all for the man calling from Kubarot. I think it's about time. We have just about 2 minutes to go on this. But in case you still want to throw your comments, we'll appreciate. Here already we have this one saying good morning Kubi and the prof and the barrister in the house. May God continue to bless you people for educating us. Used for Friday, Yahya Bello is a disgrace to Nigeria. Not yet youth. He should go and prove he's innocent. No one is above the law. This one is from Daniel Adam, the lady from Kabam Satellite Market. Bless Plateau State and Nigeria at large. Thank you. He's talking about but already. This one says good morning could be prof and the barrister. Honestly, the political system, okay, okay. I think it's so bad because history show that even the women, the leader of PDP, dead at home before he emerged as a governor of Kogi State. Thank you, Ismail. I am. And from done well while in office. Why is he on the run? All those in office should know that whatever they do in office, a day to give account for your stewardship is coming. As from Joseph Isa, Carbon Satellite Market, chairman.
Bello used to be a white lion. Now he has become a chameleon lion.
Everybody seems to want to talk about Yaya Bello, and it tells me that
Bello is highly controversial because this man, was fighting Natasha. He was fighting the SDP man, fighting Dino Melai, fighting with everybody in his state.
Yes.
How can one person be so controversial? At a certain point he busted on national TV that if the government dare touch him, they will pay for it because he knows too much. He knows too much. So now that they are touching him, let him tell us the too much that he knows. Why is he running away? If he knows too much, let him come and tell us the too much that he knows. And if his hands are clean, he shouldn't be running away from the court.
Right.
In fact, if his hands are clean, he should even be the one to say, you're coming. In fact, you don't need to come. I'll go and meet you. I mean, if your hands are clean, and you know that you've done the right thing, you will not be afraid of appearing in court to testify, to go through all the proceedings, because you know that you've done the right thing.
Right.
If you're running away, it's already an admission of guilt on your part.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Professor Pavena Het Bamayi. It's been a wonderful one having you in the studio. Barrister Paul Zaruma, thank you so much for always being in the studio. Like you said, someone was there to provide a 70-something trip over.
Yes.
And here you also are offering countless trips of experience, coming to the studio. This too is a community service, and on behalf of our listener and viewer, I want to say thank you to all of you. Yes, we have 30 more minutes to go on this show, but that will be after this short time out. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
With us on Unity 93.3 FM, Unity TV. This is the last segment of Unity Trend this morning, and it happens to be even the last of it for this week. And after this 30 minutes, we'll be out of the studio and will not come back until Monday. And before then, it's time for you to continue with us in the studio. And the studio line remains the same, 07032353315. And for text messages, it's 0808-478-9999. And if you want to join us on our Facebook page, which of course we encourage, it's at Unity Radio FM/TV. Just drop your comments. I'll get to read them when the time comes. In the studio, Professor Paveno H. Bamaye remains. And together, let's hear from you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you. Your name?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Tafe. I'm calling from Shirye.
Thank you for joining us, Sadiq Umar. You have a
Yes,
minute.
I will commend the press in the house for always enlightening us and educating us more about the government. You see, in every community we have various problems that we are facing. But when we look at the development of this major administration to make sure that we have first and do what they can able to do. So we have to know that the government cannot do everything. If there's a program like this, government will not do population. So we are recommending people to do good work and also calling on the people to have patience with the government and making sure that they follow the good procedure which the government has taken to bring development. And I'm very sure the government will very satisfy any project that they have not that they have said that the people, because the governor is always sharing and is doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sadiq Umar, encouraging that let's, as a community too, let's continue to do what we ought to do and then call attention to government even on a program like this, so that with such a program, the government gets to know some other places. Of course. Hello, good morning, and issues. Good morning.
Thank you very much. You work in the studio and the barrister. God continue to bless you.
Amen, and you too for calling.
We're calling you from both sides.
Go on in a minute.
You see, my basic name, Mr. Kufri, at first is just talking about the U.S. Mohammed Street.
All right.
You see, as the rain about to comment, we want to see this to protect my own street. Because of people, Nigerians, and even visitors, even planting and flying the road. Always, this time I pass through the road, I'm always trying to see that maybe the commissioner of work come and take action on that road. And on the other hand, again, please, coming to the AI era, the tomato market at Foreign Gather. The government can help us to don't before even the rain commences. You understand? Because there are a lot of things that used to occur there. Even when cars are break down because of.
Are you there? It's like we lost him. All right. 070323533315, and on Facebook this one says good morning, Mr. Presenter. I am watching you from Kambar Kebbi just now. All right, that's good. And it's from Garba Nahali Kambar Kebbi. Thank you, Garba, for watching. And this one say, good morning, Kubi, and the professor in the studio. May Allah reward you both for the great work you are doing, and happy Jumat Mubarak to our Muslim faithful out there, and happy Sunday in advance. We pray for better Nigeria of our dreams. And it's coming from Favor Esther Bulus. Thank you, Favor Esther. And this one say, good morning to all the people in the studio from Shehu Usman. Thank you, Shehu Usman. And this one says, good morning to the presenters and the listeners. My own contributions this morning is to call on Nigeria peoples to return to their religion, teachings, or perspective, both Muslims and Christians as well, so that we can be able to understand where we can even start to solve our issues. Let the Mr. President Tinubu call on religion leaders to seek for an advice and experiences to apply on his leadership. Thank you. And it's coming from Hamid Khan Uthman Laza. Thank you. And this one, good morning, gentlemen in the studio. I salute for doing a wonderful job. Actually, in our country, Nigeria, we have blanket leaders. That's why we didn't get the bited democracy, okay? Because as soon as everyone promptly be governor or president didn't attend to any one problem, no any leader to demonstrate his frank manner in his leadership. Indeed, our country, Nigeria, need a good leader. So we are praying for God and choose what's the best for us. I am Abdul Rahman Yusuf from Kedede. All right, thank you. And another one says, mornings to you too, Idris Maikusa. Thank you so much. And again, you still may want to call. I will appreciate if you want to call. Stay 070323533315 is the studio line. Your name and location, all in a minute. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. P. I don't be call back.
All right, it's good to have you.
Thank you very much. You see what I want to say is on the executive order 003.
All right.
My issue and my complaint this morning is on the issue of drugs coming by night. And at least concluding to 6 o'clock the next day. But my problem is this. Like me that we deal with this stuff, we can spend 12 hours. So if the truck come by 9, and if we still remain on the roadside, 6 o'clock in the morning, and the DMTV and the task force allow truck to park in front of the supplying units we are, so that people can be able to work. Because you see, we are having, like me now, it's seriously affecting my children.
Okay.
Because we cannot upload. When we complain that when a truck is in front of our shop by 6 a.m.,
all right,
that will be arrested. So we want to see that the government made an adjustment or amendment that a truck that is parked by 9 p.m. can be able to upload, even though he's able to finish the next day by 9 a.m. He remains there until 9 a.m. for the other day, 9 p.m. for the other day. Sorry, you understand what I'm saying?
All right.
Maybe you can help us even see because it's affecting part of our business and products are not coming to town because we cannot get supply. We are afraid of being arrested and paying 500,000 naira. Thank you and God forgive.
Thank you, Adewumi. This issue will continue to come over
Executive Order 003 of 2024. I think we'll keep talking about this for a while. Because sometimes when these trailers come in, some of them need up to 12 hours to offload. Now, if they are allowed to enter as from 9 p.m. and they are offloading and they'll have to stop at 6 a.m., the time is not enough for them. Those 9 hours or so given will not be enough. Is it possible to allow them that if they go and park by the stores where they are offloading or shops where they are offloading, and it's still 7 a.m. in the morning and they have not finished, can they be allowed to finish? This is the fear of some of our listeners and viewers who are involved in business, that they will be arrested because it is 8 a.m. and they are found maybe within the city. Shouldn't the government look at this with some form of human face, as it were? Every law for human beings must have a human face. And we should look at another dimension of this executive order. If every state in Nigeria decides to come up with this same executive order, given their own time, some of them will say 6 a.m. maybe to 4 p.m. Another ones will say 12 noon to 9 p.m. All the 36 states. Are we not going to have a state of chaos in the country? Won't businesses collapse? Some businesses in Jos already are collapsing. Now, this our caller, Adeomi, is telling us it's affecting his business. It's not the only one. Many other people, their businesses have been affected. In fact, some of them are thinking of migrating to other businesses. Some of them are thinking of relocating from Jos to Nasarawa State or Bauchi or other places because they have lost millions. On this platform, we've heard that some perishable goods, businessmen and women, in 1 week lost 80 million naira. 80 million
in
naira.
1 week. That's
within a week, 80 million. And many other people are losing, isn't it? Is it losing money every day because of this issue. Now, I think the government needs to revisit this issue. Let's discuss the best solution. For me, this ban from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. I think is too long. 15 hours. That trucks, these trailers would not pass through Jos for 15 hours. I mean, this is too much. Other states do something similar, but not for 15 hours. And like I said earlier on, if every state decides to start doing their own, the whole country, there will be chaos. People was already, many trailers that are supposed to come to Jos, they don't come anymore because of this executive order. That's why we need to have a look at this executive order and the timing of the order and do something about it so that in these very difficult and hard times, we don't increase the tears of Nigerians.
There is one side of this executive order which is giving a very peaceful atmosphere. In fact, someone met me in a certain community and he was like, I can feel some fresh air. I love it. But ordinarily, if it were days where you would have all the trucks parked around, you won't have such, air, And then he was just trying to demonstrate how happy he feels with some aspect of this same executive order, especially that has to do with having the petty traders occupying the pedestrian tracks and then, narrowing the road. You hardly would have it as an access road in the city of Jos. And then particularly again at Satellite Market, if you go there now, they try as much as possible to make sure that these traders, give some, way so that you can just pass around without having difficulties accessing the road.
Yeah, but the petty traders are still on the roads. They're still covering the roads. Go to terminus. Go to building materials. Go to all those places. I mean, they still block the roads. I think the challenge is that the executive order, maybe the enforcement is one-sided, more on the trucks and the trailers.
Yes.
And I like the fact that our roads are clear and clean and wonderful. I also enjoy it. But we must look at the economic aspect, that businesses are dying, that people who are involved in certain businesses are suffering. And so this is, while I can selfishly, say, oh, I'm happy with the order. Because honestly, I'm enjoying it because I'm not involved in those businesses of trailers offloading, and doing all this.
Have to consider their own
but we have to look at other Nigerians who need these trailers, who need these trucks, whose businesses have been affected, and who are offering fantastic, wonderful services to us here on the plateau. And they have been affected, they have been inconvenienced, and they're complaining. It is high time the government should sit down again and reconsider what should be done in the best interest of
having heard from every yes. We have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Please, you stay away from your radio set.
Yes, I'm already away from it.
It's good. Let's have you in a minute, please.
Yes, I'm from Bokoba Road.
Okay, you have a minute.
We all do respect, Prof. I appreciate your coming on the program every day.
You're welcome.
Thank you, but there's this mistake you are making.
Okay.
Even in the village, the very oracle is appeased. It is with blood. I think the executive order is a rightful thing. I think yours is now very clean. Accidents are being reduced.
That's good.
Qualities on the road reduced.
Yes.
So I think the executive order is on time.
All right. Thank you very much. I think we were saying the same thing with our last caller, Mr. Joseph.
Yeah, nobody is saying that
there shouldn't be
order is not good.
Or should be cancelled.
It is the implementation.
Yes.
How do we implement it in such a way that we don't destroy the lives of other people?
And implementation.
While we are protecting the lives of other people. It's the implementation. There is a way we can carry out the executive order. It will be orderly. And the businesses will not be grounded, and people will not hate to come to Jos because of the executive order. Hundreds of trailers are refusing to come to Jos because of the executive order, because they don't want to spend a whole day waiting. Some of them, in spending a whole day, spend 2-3 days. Sometimes, even 1 week.
Should have spent just
because once they start offloading and they don't meet up the 6 a.m. deadline, they will have to stop.
But according
to
Mr. Joseph,
so it's a problem.
According to Mr. Joseph, I think he's in line with what your position actually. But of course, implementation is a process. While implementing, there are things you have to observe and see if there is a better way.
Yes, you re-strategize certain things.
Yes,
we've said on this platform that we can adjust the timing in such a way that it doesn't negatively affect the economy of Plateau. Because what we're talking about is Plateau that is losing. We're losing millions every week. So that is something that we need to look at. Is it worth it losing 200 million, 300 million, in 1 or 2 weeks because of an executive order? Of course, we're trying to protect lives and properties, which is fantastic. But these people are still on the road that you're talking about, the petty traders. What are they still doing on the road? The executive order should go a step further to clear the streets. We should not have people blocking the roads, while they're selling goods, and services. So that one aspect should also be taken care of.
Thank you for calling, Thank you. Thank you, Musaike. You have a minute. Go on.
Thank you, Prof. You keep on commenting you. You're not a free finger. You need to tell the truth, no matter how African it is.
You're welcome.
We congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
You see, let me tell you, in as far as corruption is concerned, not the way the barristers have said it. It's not all about the young age, women or old person. We should be thinking about the environment. How have we gone to this stage? This inception of EFCC to date, tell me any of their leaders that entered with. Is it from Roberto to Farida to Masu or to we are still waiting. So the environment, we must find an avenue. Why is it that we cannot stop this corruption in the point of resistance? Somebody will lose the whole treasure of a state and we will be watching. The House of Assembly and everybody will be singing praise. See, the day he comes down, you start setting him up and down. He will use our legitimate money to be catching us back. We want that to go back to the drawing board and find a way that we can nail any more political office holder. When he starts looking, we nail him down. So that he doesn't get to this stage.
All right. Thank you. All right. Text message here say, good morning, my excellent radio presenter Kubis Mama Sokin Kais, Professor Bamayi and Barrister Zaruma in the studio. Thanks for the good work. God bless you all and your families for blessing Nigeria and Plateau State from Mutala Yahya, Moi Igia and Shani. Thank you, Mutala Yahya. And this one says, Rukuba Road has been facing serious water problems. Now, that we have a concerned governor in office, I hope The water issue will soon be a thing of the past. Joseph Isa Kabonselai. Thank you, sir, for being there. I enjoyed that I get to hear from you. It's coming like every day now. Thank you. Bulus Esther Uhoman and Farangada, good morning, Kubi, and the professor in the studio. May Allah reward you both for the wonderful work you are doing. Happy Jumat Mubarak to our Muslim brothers, the faithfuls out there, and happy Sunday in advance. We pray for better Nigeria of our dreams. And this one says, good morning, Kubi, Prof B, Barrister Zaruma. Thanks, we really appreciate all you do for humanity and for the listeners and for the Lucy ones, okay? Airtel. Oh my, there's an Airtel. One of us is Hassan Garba. Hassan Garba, thank you so much. Okay, now I'll read out a number. If you have a MTN network, here is a bonus to you, and it's coming from Hassan Garba, the fastest finger. Okay, MTN 02505 1516 9837 834 for MTN. And okay, Airtel, sorry, Airtel again for the last time, 02505 1516 9837 834. MTN. Now let's go. 14922 53448 5196673. And for Glow, if you're there, you may be the lucky one. The 48541 27428 23777. Thank you, Hassan Garba. Let's conclude here, Prof. Hassan Garba, we truly appreciate you for doing that.
Yes, thank you, Hassan Garba, for sending that pin. I think some people will be enjoying the airtime.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. This is wonderful. Could be the issue of fighting corruption in this country. It's something that we must confront headlong. Like the last caller mentioned, people abuse office in this country. And they feel that they can always get away with it. So while they're in office, they just do anything they feel like doing. Because they're enjoying immunity as governors, enjoying immunity as presidents, enjoying the immunity. And so they do so many things. They forget that the day of reckoning is coming. They forget that they are not going to be governors forever. They are not going to be presidents forever. They tend to forget. And a typical example is our friend Yahya Bello. Now, judgment is beckoning. The day of reckoning has come, but he's been found wanting. The best he can do is surrender himself. Let him go and hand himself voluntarily, to EFCC, and let him appear in court and be investigated. If his hands are clean, he will be vindicated. But viewers and listeners, it's been a wonderful time in the studio, this beautiful moment. If you're in other parts of the world, it might be afternoon or evening. But I want you to go with this message that no matter how difficult things are, no matter how tough things are, in Nigeria or wherever you are in the world, you owe yourself the duty to make it in life. If you are born poor, for example, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is your fault. If you are born in Nigeria, it's not your fault. But if you don't make it because you say you were born in Nigeria, it is going to be your fault because people have made it. In Nigeria, people have made it in other parts of the world. And so, be decisive. Be strategic. Plan. Use this weekend and strategize for the next week. Plan for the year. Streamline your activities in accordance with your targets, your vision, your dreams. Pursue those dreams vigorously with all your heart. There is a saying that hard work pays. So work hard at it. There is another saying that the height by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, kept toiling upward in the night.
All right.
So work hard, work extra, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is only the extra. Just put in some extra efforts,
And
be
then-
diligent, and then you'll be on your way to greatness. And then no matter the economic hardships and challenges around us, you'll be
Okay.
smiling because you're victorious.
Thank you so much, our listener. Thank you so much, our viewer. Thank you so much, the crew who made this possible. Our GSM, Shamsuddin Kabir, DJ Bass, Victor Bamshak, and of course, my very own friend, Press Ba Mayi. Thank you so much for always staying tuned with us over there. And tomorrow, I will not be here, and next tomorrow, but on Monday, God's willing, we'll be here. See you when we get there. Bye-bye.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.